Furious GMB migrant row erupts as Richard Madeley skewers stuttering Labour Minister. Minister for Children, Families and Well-being Josh McAllister was put on the spot during an appearance on GMB. Good Morning Britain's Richard Madeley put Minister for Children, Families and Well-being Josh McAllister on the spot about the migrant crisis, drawing his attention to the negative headlines after an Iranian man who was deported under the one-in one-out scheme managed to return to the UK. Challenging him after he pointed out the man would be deported again, Madeley said, "Do you think the headlines this morning are all wrong? It's, like you were saying, something like another good day from the one-in one-out scheme." "No, of course I don't think that," McAllister insisted. "But the scheme is working. If people who've come here illegally and been returned to France, then try and do it again, they will be sent back. You know, this guy has used his money to do this. He's being returned again. And that's quite right, and that will happen. So if he comes again, he'll be returned again. And we want that message to go out to people that are considering making the crossing, that if they try to cross, they will be returned." Of course, the government isn't satisfied with the overall numbers. We've come in at a time when we had an enormous asylum backlog, nearly 100,000 that have led to all these hotels. We've got a terrible system of right-to-work checks. We're fixing that both with the roll-out of digital ID that will come very soon, and also with the enforcement action that we're taking. We're also starting new partnerships with countries like Germany. There was National Crime Agency action in Bulgaria last week. So no one thing is going to sort this problem, but the government is earnestly, seriously and determinedly focused on sorting this issue, and we are not satisfied with the total numbers, McAllister conceded. Co-host Kate Garraway chimed in, pressing McAllister further. "How long do we have to wait, and how frustrated do you think people are going to be before that deterrence kicks in?" she asked him. "I get that people are really frustrated about this issue," he responded. "There's been so much noise made about it, particularly by politicians, and the situation hasn't improved. So people rightly are holding politicians to account for fixing it. That's what we're determined to do. We're not happy with this. We're dissatisfied and frustrated, and we are disrupting the system of gangs to make sure that these numbers come down. That's what the new Home Secretary is totally focused on." Interestingly, I think this guy who crossed has claimed that there's some exploitation that he's experienced in France. We're really clear that that is not a justification to come to the UK, because he will have paid a gang to cross again. So we're toughening up the rules on this, so ultimately, we can bring these numbers down.